Hey, it's Monday morning. It's time to wipe that crust out your eye. Start of another beautiful week. So happy to be here to see you. And I'm so happy to see you here as well. A lot of going ons, as Bernie Mac would say. It's a lot of going ons over in these parts. Shoot, man, there's a lot going on everywhere. Shout out to that chick, yo, Toronto Riggins. Okay, up in here early this morning. What up, D-Rob? Did you get the outcome you were expecting? Did you have a dog in the fight? If you don't know what I'm talking about that Super Bowl this past weekend, or actually last night. Some of us are still in recovery mode. I just want to put that out there. Some of us, I'm not saying me, but what I'm saying is some of us are still in recovery mode. Yeah, man. It was a good weekend. And I say it was a good weekend for me primarily is because I got a chance to be home. This weekend was the first weekend in 2 months that my wife and I had a chance to just be in the house. There she go with that stuff. But anywho, welcome to Morning Motivation, where we build community, expand our thoughts, and get our day started on the right foot. I'm your host, Jamar, and I'm excited to have you here with us today. So what are we talking about today? What's the buzz in the streets? Well, I'm looking in the chat, and I'm seeing a few things, and my wife has this way of I don't know if she likes to aggravate me, or I don't know if it's a sarcastic gene, right? But she looks at greatness and she finds a way to diminish the greatness. And it's not hers now. Don't diminish her greatness. Oh, man. But no, as she said, Taylor's boyfriend won, because she cares nothing about sports. But apparently she cares about Taylor Swift more than sports. So Taylor's boyfriend won, for those of you who did not know. But I'll do it officially. The Kansas City Chiefs are your new world champions of the NFL. Back-to-back championships, 3 in the last 5 years. And with a young Pat Mahomes, who knows how long this could go. But if you are a true fan of sports, you know nothing is guaranteed, especially in a sport like football. They could never make it back ever again. Or they could go win 10. Who knows? But in sports, you just never know. That's why we play the game. All right, let me check out what y'all got going on this morning. Okay, just a lot of good mornings. Oh, my bad. Mo, hope you're feeling better. Mo not feeling good. Taylor Swift is greatness. I mean, you can't deny when somebody put up the numbers, when somebody has the consistency, when somebody does the work over and over and over. At some point, it's not an accident. They know what they're doing. They have the secret sauce. They have good coaching. They have good training, and they didn't do it by themselves. No one becomes great by themselves. So there's a team of people helping everybody get to where they are. There's a team of people. And I'm not really the biggest fan. She don't make music for me, though. She don't make music for my age group or my gender. I don't relate anyway to her music. But y'all know what I do or what I did relate to, though? Anybody have a clue what I did relate to very well. Because anybody, is there something that I could probably say that will give you some insight to what I actually related to last night during the game? And it wasn't the Taylor Swift, you know. We're talking about greatness this morning. Talking about greatness. Somebody who shows up and they do it over and over again. That chick Yo says, early Taylor was cool, then just stopped listening. Yeah, it's that way. It happens that way. It happens that way. Sometimes you grow past people, or their messaging, it just doesn't reach you the same way that it used to reach you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell y'all something. If you're a fan of the whole A-Town movement, if you're a fan of Atlanta, if you're a fan of the southern vibe, that which is, Atlanta is a metropolis in the middle of the South. Atlanta's probably the biggest city in the middle of the South. And they have their own culture. It's not a North New York culture. It's not a Cali swag. It's not even a Miami. Atlanta has its own culture. And what Usher was trying to display last night was that there were so many parts. And one thing I've realized, but I don't realize until I hear it, Usher got bars. Usher got hits. Usher got longevity. A whole lot of longevity. I'm talking about Grady. Y'all see what my baby did, right? See, this is the low-key hate I be talking about, y'all. This the low-key hate I be talking about, right? It's just the low-key. She be trying to take the moments and trying to minimize them. Just a little bit. Ooh, Kay came back swinging and said she mediocre. Wait a minute, Kay. Don't get my little channel kicked off the YouTube, man. Don't get my little channel kicked off. Come on, Kay. You know I ain't scared though. I feel you. But there's no hate, there's no shade to nobody. There's no hate, there's no shade to nobody. Because we all, every day, we get up, we put our clothes on, we set intentions for our day, and then we go out and we do it. Some of us have figured out that doing it at a high level will get us further down the road. And some of us have found a sweet spot in just being the average. Oh, she came back with the smoke. She said, babe, I learned from watching you. Shout out. Shout out to my baby for being coachable. Shout out to my baby for being coachable. But no, seriously. Well, hold on. Toronto Rodriguez said Jermaine Dupri is the internet topic because of his outfit. Someone said that. Yo, I can't even front, yo. When he first came out on stage, I kept looking like, is that CeeLo? But then I heard the voice. I'm like, that don't sound like CeeLo. Who is that? Then it hit me. Oh, that's JD. And he wasn't on screen long enough. I think I was trying to recognize who he was longer than I was looking at his outfit. So I caught a little bit of it, but then immediately I think it was the HBCU band started playing. They switched to the band. So I really didn't get a chance to see his outfit, but I do know it was wild. So I was thinking it was CeeLo Green. He had the bald head. Then I guess he had gained some weight too. Maybe that's what it was. Looking like Django. Yeah, not Django. But I don't know, maybe it was just me. But Usher brought out some stars, y'all. He brought the stars out. And it was this one particular star that he brought out. All I know is when she got up off that piano, I was like, oh wow. Is that Alicia? right, let me get him off of it real quick. Hey, man. Last night was it was a wild Super Bowl. It was a good Super Bowl. The game was good. And we're going to get to the game here in a minute. You know, I know some of y'all don't care about the game, so I'm doing this halftime thing first. But it was something to see all the... Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. Because I'm just sitting there like... And I didn't get no hard stares, but, you know... like boss baby. Like boss baby. Oh, man. That's who. Okay, I kept trying to remember who is this chick. I could not remember, and I'm like, who is she? I kept calling her she. Who is she? Yeah, her bad girl. Because I was like, okay, I knew she was in the same bracket or group with SZA, and I knew it wasn't SZA. I'm just like, what is her name? And I've been saying it the whole time, it's her. Okay, all right. Yeah, Kay. I'm just seconding what Kay said. I'm not even sure what Kay talking about, but I'm just gonna second what Kay said. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised that Usher brought all the stars out, and that it didn't even matter that it was off key. But the one thing that I think visually, was not so much the performance that Usher did, was great, but the stage he's standing on. I love the stage and how they was changing it up. And he was like, when they first came on, he was on a watch. He was like the center of the watch. Yeah, see, there you go. And it's like the whole, but this is Vegas though. You gotta expect that in Vegas. Hey, what the eyes for, boo? What's the eyes for? I don't know what Kay was talking about, but that's my sister, so I had to support her. That's my sister though, you know what I'm saying? So I really be having to support Kay because I don't want her out there by herself. So, but Kay, stop getting me in trouble. Stop getting me in trouble. But nah, the overall, man, then he brought out, who else he brought out? Oh man, Lil Jon. Lil Jon is always get the party. He's a party starter. And I think white America loves Lil Jon. Because the Super Bowl, it's a lot of us there, but it's still way more white America at the Super Bowl. Because the tickets were $4,500 a ticket. And I think that was general admission. If you wanted to be on the, there she go. If you wanted to be on the ground level seats, or somewhere else like that, you would definitely have to pay a little bit more. But general admission was $4,500. But yeah, he brought out the stars. He did the thing. It was he brought somebody else out too. So Alicia Keys, her, Luda. Luda came out with the old school fro. With the boots on. Y'all know them Luda boots. I know Cat Williams got a whole stand-up about Luda's outfit at the thing there, right about there. But he came out. And if anybody said Luda don't have bars, y'all need to go take a nap because you're obviously not feeling well. But yeah. The halftime show, I think this was the best halftime show I've seen in a long time. You had all the festivities of a weekend in Atlanta. You had all of the we got the abs, you got the glittery jackets, you got the roller skates. I mean, it's like Usher, he really took his time. You could tell he'd been working in Vegas for a while because his showmanship level has gone to the next level. He was already considered a master or having some level of mastery. It was already established that he was that guy. But his showmanship level has gone to the next level. And that's really what I want to talk about today. Going to the next level. And I can't really hang out super long today Cause there's just so many other things I got to get done this morning. I got an early appointment and some stuff happening. But what I will say is, when Usher came through, because y'all know for a while that Usher wasn't really, he was still making hits, but he really wasn't that popular. And I was telling my wife, Chris Brown, when he came out, he was taking a lot of Usher's his steam. Oh yeah, can anybody tell me who was that dude? Dude that came up with the bald head, well, the mask on like he was in not Total Recall. I guess Total Recall maybe. But anybody, I couldn't remember who that was. And y'all come back to me that was Jermaine Dupri again. I'm gonna be like, Jermaine Dupri ain't that doggone big. I don't know who that is. And then he almost got clothesline trying to. But anyway, I don't know who that was. Does anybody have any idea who that was? When some of the guys people used to follow back in the day. When you get older, you change a little bit. D-Rob, that middle-aged spread is real, bro. They're going to be getting you confused with CeeLo Green. Oh, man. But going to your next level, greatness over time. Greatness over time. That is something that the Ushers did. Anyway, what I was saying was about Chris Brown came out and he took a lot of Usher's steam because he was the new hot guy. He was the new toy. will.i.am. Appreciate that, Kay. And the Judge Dredd. That's what the Judge Dredd outfit. And it happens. Entertainment is it's a young person's game. And when you first get into entertainment, you're living wild. Inside joke, but you're loading every day. You're loading every weekend because you just naturally got it. And then one day, life catches up with you and you put on 20, 30, 40, 50, 80 pounds, and you spend the next 40 years trying to get rid of it. But going to your next level is not as simple as most of us would like for it to be. In order to get those 10,000 hours, in order to get that mastery, in order to be seen as an expert or a person that's in demand or a person that brings high value, you got to be willing to go through the losses. You got to be willing to go through the bad times. You got to be willing to go through the judgment. And so as much as we want to celebrate what we saw last night and what we see through just general entertainment, people do great things. And it's not easy. Because we talk about it a lot when we say the faster you fail, the faster you get to where you're going. Very few people have sustained success for as long as the people we consider the GOATs. No one has ever really been able to duplicate what Michael Jordan did. No one has really ever been able to duplicate what Drake is currently doing right now. What Usher is doing. Usher looks the same as he did when he not first came out, maturity, but size-wise, dancing ability, Usher really hadn't changed very much. And he's only getting better. Now, I'm not sure if he can repeat some of the hits that he's created because of the vibe. He had the pulse of a culture. And so it makes it easier to create when you're in a culture. But he don't really need to. He can just keep performing the old joints probably the next 20 years until the era of fans, pass away or move on. But good music is good music, and he's picking up new fans every day. He picked up probably, hundreds of thousands of new fans over the weekend. Because what did you see? You saw poles. You saw dancers. You saw people performing a craft, whether it was through a musical instrument, singing, or what have you. You saw people perfecting some things. Even if they were a little off key from time to time, it really doesn't matter because they did what they did at a high level. And when people work at a high level, you make allowances for him. He was a little off tonight, but hey, bro, we know who he is. He's certified already. He ain't got nothing left to prove. Now he's still growing as a person. So for you guys, question. I know I've been talking a few minutes now. I want to ask a question. And this is a serious question. It's a very serious question. But I wanted to pose this question to you to not just be a talking head this morning, but to really give you some food for thought as you go through this year. It's February. We're about to be in the middle of February. And I really, by and large, I don't really know everybody's goals for this year. And I know that we always set our intentions at the beginning of the year. New year, new me. We know that it's a thing. But I want to ask this question. If you haven't set your intention, but even if you have set your intention, there's something that's holding you up. There's something that's causing you to not go harder with what you say that you want. So my question this morning is, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And don't tell me I'm not afraid of anything. Don't say I'm just busy, because I'm the king of busy. And I know sometimes busy is the state we put ourselves in subconsciously, mind you. We're not purposely doing this, but we take on A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And now we have a convenient excuse for why we're not doing the thing we really want to do. We're doing 1,000 other things except the one thing that we really want to do. And sometimes it's legitimate stuff that comes up. Life doesn't take a break because we made a plan. But when you're talking about going to your next level, when we talk about setting intentions, when we're talking about mastery, a lot of these things come, the confidence to continue to go, the confidence that, or the self-esteem that's required to get us to our next level requires competence, intention, and a strong will or discipline. But sometimes we allow so many other things to come in and occupy our time, occupy our thoughts, our mind, that we stop focusing on the main thing. So what is it that you're afraid of? And I'm not asking you to put that in the chat. This is a thought-provoking question. What is it that's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of success? Is it fear of the opinions of others? There is something that haunts all of us, that holds all of us back. And until you come face to face with it, until you admit it to yourself, until you're honest with yourself, you're going to find yourself missing your opportunity. You're going to find yourself in a space where time has passed you by. You no longer have the value that you once had because now on your job, you didn't go for the management position. You didn't go for a VP position. And now some hot shot 28-year-old just walked into the door with a PhD from Harvard. And instead of you mentoring this person to take your place, you are training this person to be your boss. Happens every day. Happens every day. And so Kay started out, and she's being vulnerable this morning. She said, being self-conscious and afraid that I won't be able to maintain. being self-conscious and afraid that I won't be able to maintain. And I would say that is a very healthy, that is a healthy fear. The road to entrepreneurship, or even, I wouldn't even say entrepreneurship, the road when you decide you want to go your own way, when you decide you want to bet on yourself, you don't always have access to funds or somebody to sponsor your adventure in your hustle, whatever that may be. And you have to go out there piece by piece and figure it out. When I first went into the video production space, now mind you, like I told you before, I was never trained in video production. I had to take a class on video production, but it wasn't, my training was in journalism. It wasn't actually writing. In all of my major coursework, if I had 10 classes in journalism, I had one class in video production. And so when I volunteered to do this award show and I saw the behind the scenes of video production, I fell in love with it instantly. But I had no skill. I could write a mean story, but I couldn't capture it on video. We all could take pictures, but there's a difference between somebody taking a picture and a photographer. I was not a photographer. I was not a videographer. And I promise you, it took me 10 years. It took me 10 years of helping over here, being a PA over here, learning what freelance world looked like. Do I take a freelance job? Do I take a regular job? Regular jobs pay consistently, freelance jobs, oh man, I might not be able to maintain. And that was sometimes I went, last year, matter of fact, I was on a 90-day pay period with this one company. Meaning, we were on a 30-day pay schedule. I worked September, October, November. Supposed to got paid in October, November, and December. I didn't get paid none of those checks until end of February. So I was like 90 days worth the time I was supposed to get my last check. How many people can survive without a check for 90 days? I couldn't either. But thankfully, because I know it's hard to maintain, I had other things going on. If you're dependent on one source of income, and this could be a job, this could be a side hustle. If you're dependent on one piece of income, especially when you first starting, it's probably not going to be good. Now, a job will give you more stability and they're least likely to fire you. But in today's economy, you guys know things are going automated. People are doing more work from home stuff. People are being laid off by the thousands. And you never know when it's going to be your turn. So I decided to bet on myself a long time, Kay. And now I'm in a space where I do have a little bit of mastery with that because I know how to go and get money if I need it. I know how to go make extra money if I need to. I'm no longer dependent on somebody to sign my check if I don't want that. Now, it's different strategies for different things. It's easier to go get financing for this house if I got a W-2, somebody to actually sign my check because their company's been established longer than mine. I ain't got everybody showing all these back taxes and all this other stuff. But outside of certain things, different strategies. But thank you for being honest with that. You're not by yourself. You're not the only person that has that thought. You're not the only person that has that fear. That's just how it goes. When you want to go to your next level, it's going to require you to learn, fail, and learn. Try again, get up, dust yourself off. No matter how good you think you are at something. And the thing that gets in most of our ways is the ego that we have because we think we're nice. And it's our own ego that gets in the way of us moving to our next level because can't nobody tell us how to do it, dawg. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me? I do this. Yes, you do it at that level. But if you want to go to the next level, there got to be some changes. Because nobody stays on top forever. There has to be some adjustments that get made. Think about this. Last night, we watched the Super Bowl. Bobby S is definitely not the only one, sis. Last night, we watched the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were the reigning or defending champions. It's hard to go back to back. The 49ers probably had the best team, best overall team this year. They had their ups and downs, but they had probably the best team throughout the whole NFL. And they should have gotten to where they got to. But in the end, it was the experience of a Patrick Mahomes, the experience of the Kansas City Chiefs defense and coaching staff, offense. They knew how to perform when their back was against the wall because they've been there so many times before. And so going to the next level is different because it's hard to win the first championship, but then you manage to win the second one. Nobody wants you to win the third one because now you're dominant. You are established. You become like Brady. And then people begin to hate you after a while, unless they root for your team. They begin to hate you because you're the reason why their team can't get over the hump. You know how many people never won a championship because Michael Jordan existed in the league? Ooh, Positive Self-Talk said, don't ever think there's nothing left to learn. Oh, for sure. There is always something to learn. And don't never be surprised at who could teach you that. Because you live long enough, your children are gonna teach you things that you had an idea was a thing, but it wasn't a reality in your generation. It wasn't a reality in your generation. So what did y'all think about that game? If y'all watched it, did y'all think it was a good game? Was it boring? Was it who like? Did you like a defensive struggle? Did you want it to be more? You know, what did you like? What did you not like? Because I know I had my moments. Because I'm a defensive guy, so I love the defensive back and forths, and I love to see when the guys get tired and you can see them. They're breathing hard. Their hands are on their hips. When they get down in their stance, they get down all super slow, like, oh man. And you know they're about to fold, but then somebody stands up and make a play, even as tired as they were. That is where I am right now, Positive Self-Talk said. Oh, yeah. There's always something more to learn. Always. As long as, no matter how old you get, no matter how good you get, and that's the thing about reinventing yourself. You know, some of us have crossed over that 35, 40 range now. And we're in a space where we are having to reinvent ourselves, figure out what the next level of life looks like for us. Because now you have roughly 20 years of experience. You've seen this adult thing happen for 20 years. And some of the things have worked out for you. Some of the things you have some regrets on. But once upon a time, when you were 40, you were over the hill. You were basically headed for the cemetery. But then them Gen Xers came along and was like, nah, I feel good. Matter of fact, I'm smarter. I'm more wiser. Look, my reaction time is so great now. Why would I ever fold it up and take it to the house? And so now, 40 is the new 30, right? 40 is still 40, but y'all get my point. You get my point. When our parents was growing up, when they hit 40, they were over the hill. They had I remember all the balloons with the headstones, RIPs in it. You know, there was a point in time when people lived to be 50. And if you got to be 60, you were old. But now, if you 60, you still young in a lot of people's spaces because folk are living into their late 80s now. 90s on a regular basis. So if you just hitting 50, that might be just your midpoint. You might still got another 30, 40 years around here. So why would you ever stop learning? Times change. Situations change. And change is the only thing we can truly, truly depend on. So going to your new level, going to your next level. Things come back in style. Old clothing, all everything. They all come back in style. They call it vintage. But they come back. And you may have had your season where you were the best at whatever you were doing. And then things went away. They changed. People found a new person to get this from or get that from. But that's when you take that time off and you go back and you reinvent. You recreate what you were doing, but just do it for this day, for this age, for this group of people. And then you come back out. There's a whole argument about, traditional versus modern, whether you're men or women. No matter how traditional you think you are, you don't live in 1940. No matter how modern you think you are, tomorrow's going to come and wipe that away. Life is about growth. Life is about change. Life is about embracing that change and adapting to it. That's what life is about. You don't get to a place where you got it all figured out. That's how people get stuck. They think they got the whole world locked up. They think they got it on a string. Only to realize somebody put a new string out there and you hanging on to an old idea, a whole old principle. You hanging on to what was, trying to get it back. And that's one of the things I can say I do really enjoy about the age that we live in. The Afro is back. Luda's bringing it back. Well, stop until I get up in that birthday suit. Y'all saw the pose, see the pose over there, right? Yeah, I ain't want to do it a whole lot, But that's the A, man. That's the A. But you all have your own cultures too. You got your own cultures in your city, your family. And it was good. Usher put on a great performance last night. And his star apparently is still rising. It's not started to fall yet. What about us? What about in our space? There's so many gifts and talents that we have. And maybe it didn't work in this period. Sometimes we are ahead of our time. Sometimes the idea that we have hadn't really caught on to where other people are just yet. So do that mean we give it up? Or do it mean that we just make some adjustments? I'm a fan of making the adjustment. I know it sucks to have to wait for something to come back around, for people to get what you saying, what you understanding, seeing the way it is, because people see it as they are, not as it is, and sometimes it's hard to wait for people to come around. But as parents, we do that every day. As parents, we do it every day. We teach our children, hoping things stick, and waiting for the day when they say, hey, I get it. I get it. You were right. Then we can breathe easy. Okay. But we can't rest because guess what? There's still lessons to teach. Still more to learn. Heck, we still learning. We still trying to figure out everything our parents tried to tell us. Because they saw it at a different space, different level. But that's what we do. That's what we do. But anyway, man, I'm just talking to y'all today, bro. That Super Bowl was good. But there could be only one. There could only be one. I'm not sure if y'all saw this or even recognized it, but I did. I thought it was confetti that was falling. It wasn't confetti falling. When I say the boy got his own money, the boy got his own money. The boy got his own money. Showmanship. Showmanship. You gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. The boy got his own money. But if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it big. You might as well do it right. Ushers, he is flying some very rare air. But so now the actual game, nobody ain't really commented on the game, so I'm assuming y'all didn't really watch the game for that. So, but what I will say is this, then I won't get too much into the game because I gotta get ready to make some moves here in a few minutes. But when you are putting in all the blood, sweat, and tears, all the hours, all the time to get to a particular end, an expected end, a place that feels like winning to you. Life doesn't always cooperate. Life doesn't always cooperate. And sometimes we may not hit our goals. But that doesn't mean we quit playing the game. Because one day it will be your time. One day it will. Now, I'm saying this as a Panthers fan, a Carolina Panthers fan. I'm saying this because I remember when the Kansas City Chiefs did suck. Nobody wanted to go to Kansas City and play football. Like people are saying, nobody wanted to come to Charlotte. But guess what? I was in the bed recovering from the flu. I got up for halftime. That's Monique. Bobby S. says, I watched the game for glimpses of Taylor only, coughs, and the commercials. But that's value. That's the value proposition. When something is valuable, you'll do what you need to do to see it, whatever that may be to you, which is why I try to talk about adding your personal value, increasing your value. Because when you increase your value, you'll attract whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want. People will get about the bed sick to take your phone call, to fix their hair a little bit because they want to FaceTime with you. I know people be dead sick and still go to work because they really love their job. They love what they do. There's a big project coming, so they want to get there. While most people, they're trying to find reasons not to go to work. Oh, man. The price of those 30-second commercials. Yeah, because, I mean, the eyeballs. The eyeballs. If you got, let's say, 60,000 people in one space, but then you got 40 million other people watching that space. If you could get $10 from everybody in the stadium, mind you, they all paid like $4,500. But if you can get $10, you see how the math $100. You see how the math adds up? 40 million people at home, and they're watching the commercials because now it's a thing now. It's a thing now. The odds on you changing, making your year in this one weekend, it's pretty good. So the better your ad, the better your product, the more money you'll make. So it's worth the investment. Sure, would I spend $5 million on a Super Bowl commercial? Depending upon what I was selling, but yeah. Because the odds that I will make $1 million, $5 million. If 40 million people gave me $1, I made that back 400 times over almost. Well, let's say 40 times over. How about that? It's definitely worth the price of admission to have your commercial featured. Speaking of that, did anybody see, what was y'all favorite commercial? What was your favorite commercial? I saw a couple different ones. It's a lot of the one with Tom Brady, and I ain't really care for those too much. It's like they were trying a little too hard just to feature Tom Brady. And I couldn't even tell you what the product was. It was just, I remember seeing Tom Brady. So was there a favorite commercial that y'all had? Doritos normally make a pretty good one. Although I don't remember seeing a Doritos commercial this year. At least I don't remember seeing one. I'm doing a quick look for the commercials. Yeah. Now I did laugh a lot at some of those commercials, but no one stood up in my mind like right now. I can't think of one that really just stood out as being like, yo, that was the one. The grannies after the dude with Takis. I don't even remember that one. The grannies after the dude with the Takis. Nope. Not ringing the bell. And I literally sat there and I watched. Yeah, that's all. I did see the Beyonce one. The movie premieres. I did like in the Wicked, the Wizard of Oz joint. I was like, I want to see the joke, but they like, it don't come out until November. Like, why y'all playing my emotions? I'm thinking this is gonna be out like next month or something. Like, oh, we're gonna go see that. Them fools said Thanksgiving. It'll be out on Thanksgiving. Yeah, so the movie premieres I did. I mean, I seen Kung Fu Panda a couple of different times. I'm like, I ain't like the first one, but it's 4 of them jokers now. So, oh man. But anyway, man, I ain't really want a whole lot this morning. I just wanted to be out here and touch you a little bit, check on, see how everything was going with your boy. Yeah, it was a busy weekend. I'm still in recovery mode, and I got to make some moves. So I just wanted to check in with a little bit and just to kind of encourage you to go out and be intentional about your greatness. Be intentional about reaching your next level. Life is not like the Super Bowl. You can't have more than one winner. Happens every day. Happens every day. For every Hardee's or McDonald's or Bojangles or Popeyes or Chick-fil-A or Zaxby's, there's always competition in the market. And everybody can win. There's not a scarcity of resources. Yep, countdown to 100 episodes. Countdown to 100 episodes. And I'll be honest with you, my head's hurting. I'm drinking black coffee this morning. I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water today because we're doing a family kind of not cleanse, but we're getting back into a healthy eating regimen. So we're cutting all the stuff. So we got it in this weekend. So I probably had a sugar high this weekend. I did way too much, but it was good though. It was fun. But I don't want to do it no more. I'm done. Shout out to those who know what I'm talking about. Oh, man. But look, I hope you guys have a great day. Go out, make a positive impact. Be intentional about what you have going on and what you're going to be doing. Because life is all about getting what you want from it, being happy, being content. It's about service to others. It's about being a good human. Sometimes we have to be selfish, but sometimes we don't have to. Sometimes we need to be teaching the lesson. Sometimes we should be learning the lesson. Life is fluid. It is constantly ebbing and flowing, and being able to adapt to change, being able to understand that this may not be my season. And so while it's not my season, I'm going to prepare like it is my season. So that when my name is called, I'm ready to show up. I'm ready to perform. I'm ready to be the best version of myself. And that's what life is. is hurry up and wait. Everything is hurry up and wait. But while you're waiting, be intentional. Sharpen your skills. Become the best version of yourself when nobody's looking, so that when the time comes for you to shine, you can shine. You can shine. So you guys go out. Have a great day. It's Monday. Thank God we get a chance to see it, because somebody didn't. Somebody didn't. So be blessed. Have a great day no matter what. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.